Hey everyone, Michaela here. This is an update for those who are waiting for the next part of My Child Lebensborn. For those of you who are in the stream when I explained this, I said because of some questionable content that may come up later in the game, I decided to not stream the rest of it and to record off stream just so I can clarify and safely be able to record the content without triggering anyone or without inducing anyone to discomfort and things like that. And I apologize if I stutter during all of this. This is pretty much off the book. This is like off script. This is me coming in and doing a big explanation for something that needs to be explained. So I did play the rest of the game just to check. And unfortunately, I've made the decision not to continue it. I know other YouTubers have. I personally will not, because there is active sexual assault in the game. I apologize if this induces fear, if this induces any sort of negative emotions in anyone, but I just did not feel comfortable continuing on knowing that it was active in the game and it was something that could not be rectified immediately. So, unfortunately, I will not be continuing My Child Lebensborn, but I will explain the story that continues on after part 7 of the Let's Play. Essentially, after Mr. Berg leaves, there is another teacher who comes in, and he is very aggressive. He's very anti-Lebensborn children, in essence. And he joins in almost on the bullying and all that stuff, to where Karen just feels very neglected and whatnot, and then it suddenly stops. And Karen suddenly starts coming home later, and her enjoyment meter continuously goes down to a red state. And you don't know what's going on unless you could put 2 and 2 together on a male teacher with a female student. She comes home, and she refuses to be touched. She refuses any sort of comfort. She will not take baths. She will not listen. She will lash out. And it comes to a point where Karen finally is able to confide in us. And she explicitly says, he said, don't tell anyone. And anyone who knows what sexual assault is like knows exactly what that means. So, because of this, it takes multiple days to try and find Karen's father, who provides money to be able to help you and her move out. And you do when the day comes around where the Norwegian king comes to visit. And it's a bittersweet ending, being that you know that you're leaving a very toxic town, but you don't know where you're going to end up. But at the same time, I felt personally disgusted at the fact that, sure, bullying happened. Sure, violence happened. It's school. It's one of those things where we were in a time period that no one could do anything. But in this fictional sense, for an active sexual assault issue, I just did not feel comfortable putting you all through that. So if any of you are disappointed in me or frustrated that I don't continue it, I am sorry from the bottom of my heart. But for the sake of the channel, for the sake of you all, I have decided to just bite the bullet and not continue it in such a manner. I'm sorry. I promise to make it up to you with Deltarune Chapter 2, as it has been announced to be released. We will be playing that on stream on Saturday, September 18th at 3 p.m. Central Time. And then I'll be posting that periodically along with the continuation of Life is Strange, Alice Madness Returns, and eventually also South Park: The Fractured But Whole. So, yeah. And I know a lot of people actually come in just to hear the stories that I read, Karen. I may potentially look into finishing the story for you all, just so you all have a finalized series of children's stories to have on hand. But again, I apologize, and I unfortunately do not think anyone is going to sway my mind on this matter. So if you want to see the story on your own, if you feel like you can handle the content being involved, whether it be the issues going on with Karen or with Klaus, please consider getting the game on your own. My Child Lebensborn, from what I hear, supports a charity that helps out war children who have experienced these issues, who experienced these things in their lives. I would suggest going into that. But thanks for listening, and I am sorry.